Thank you very much, Mr. President. I ask that my remarks be printed in the Journal.
Without objection, so ordered.
I rise to speak in support of my resolution condemning the January 6, 2021 attack on the U.S. Capitol. I want to recognize the courageous efforts of the Capitol Police and the law enforcement that supported them on that day. And I want to denounce the use of presidential pardon and commutation power to absolve those who participated in this dangerous and anti-democratic riot. I rise and implore my colleagues, all of you, to join me in supporting it. Some things should transcend partisanship and politics. Our democracy, our foundation of our country, the respect for our government institutions, the rule of law, our Constitution, and the peaceful power of transfer of power. I want to appreciate and support those that give their lives to protect us on a day-to-day basis. All those things that we value came under attack on January 6th with the actions of a violent mob seeking to overturn the election and keep Donald Trump in power. We had to relive that painful part of our history this month, when that same person, now returned to the White House by the very democracy he spent so long questioning and eroding, pardoned these members as well as the most egregious of offenders. This mob that attacked and overwhelmed the Capitol Police and breached the United States Capitol building resulted in traumatic injuries to over 140 law enforcement officers. Those injuries include cracked ribs, gouged eyes, shattered spinal discs. The images of this violence are burned into our collective minds. Officers being attacked with pipes, bats, stun guns, and even flagpoles with the American flag still hanging on them. Police being sprayed with pepper spray, being assaulted with their own protective gear. An officer screaming in pain from being crushed while trying to defend a doorway and the people on the other side. Those actions and images make it impossible for me to fathom that President Trump, holding the highest office of the land and charged with upholding our country's laws and values, would absolve these perpetrators. But that's exactly what he did. On January 20th, 2025, President Trump pardoned over 1,500 criminals involved in that violent insurrection, including the founder of the radical militia Oath Keepers, the chair of the neo-fascist Proud Boys, but also 169 individuals who were guilty of assaulting police officers. The president's actions are an utter betrayal to those brave law enforcement officers who put their lives on the line on January 6th and every day to uphold the law and our Constitution. The International Association of Chiefs of Police and the Fraternal Order Police jointly condemned these pardons, saying that crimes against law enforcement are not just attacks on individuals or public safety, they're attacks on society and undermine the rule of law. And they have warned that these pardons will allow and create more violence in the future. What I found especially disturbing was that my colleagues on the other side of the aisle did not stand up and condemn these pardons. I often hear about your support of law enforcement, but I saw you walk away from law enforcement by not condemning the actions of this president. I want to give you that opportunity with this resolution to fix that. Join me in recognizing the courageous commitment of our Capitol Police officers, the ones who protect our democracy, that protected us from that violent mob. I want you to also join me in denouncing President Trump's callous actions of glorifying convicted criminals by providing these pardons. The copies of this resolution will be transmitted to our congressional delegation, the Speaker of the United States House, and the Leader of the United States Senate. But more importantly, it will send a message to President Trump that he knows that the people of Michigan are watching, and we are sending a message that our strength and our solidarity is with law enforcement, our government, and the police officers who uphold them. I ask for your support.